think we have a difficult time to get through now, the next decade or so, because of the tensions that are existing, particularly between China and America, but also other tensions. The next tension will probably be in India and China, and of course the tensions of what do you do with Russia. So I think those tensions are not going to get better over the next 5-10 years. I think we have to get through that period calmly. And if we get through that period, which I think the balance of probabilities overwhelmingly we will, without something truly dreadful that just makes everything I've written about look ridiculous happening. I think if we get through that period, then I think we can look forward to a calmer period beyond that, where the really big issues will be concerning the environment in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. Does sub-Saharan Africa really start to close the gap with the rest of the world? Can we within the foreseeable future, I don't say eliminate poverty, but at least crush it down so it only affects a relatively small proportion of the world's population? So I think we have a difficult period to get through, and then a calmer one beyond. Now, is this right? No, there'll be information that comes along that is either more positive or more negative over the next few years. That means we have to course correct and say, okay, we were worrying about that. That isn't a worry. We weren't worrying about this. It didn't come on our radar. My word, we have to figure out how to fix it. And there may be something that comes up that is just totally off our radar at the moment. If you say to me what it is, I have no idea. But I think you always have to keep your ear cocked for... Look, it could be we're not alone in the universe. I don't think so. But you have to... I mentioned the possibility. We've got to keep our ear cocked for something that is just off the scale of our expectations, and then deal with it sort of calmly and sensibly. I take quite a lot of comfort with the way the world dealt with the pandemic. Big pharma, governments, the universities. I thought, huge hit, and we're not helped by the fact that we don't know exactly what happened. I think we know, don't we?
You mentioned in your book that if it comes out that it was created in a lab in China, that might cause a bit of friction.
Bit of friction.
Yeah.
Bit of friction.
But what scared me is you also said that Russia might have an environmental disaster, like another Chernobyl.
I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that.
You're worried about that?
Yes.
Yeah, slightly terrifying.
Oh, no, absolutely. And of course you're worried about the Middle East, worried about India, Pakistan. There are lots of flashpoints. What worries me most of all is something happening that isn't in any of my flashpoints, And if you say, okay, well, you read that book of hardback a couple of years ago. I had to clear the page proofs for the hardback 3 days after Russia invaded Ukraine. And what do? Well, you can't do very much at that stage. But my number 3 worry, I finished with 10 worries, 10 positives. 3 was actually Russia might do something totally outrageous. So what I did was just slip in. This has happened. My great fear is this may already be happening already. Mm-hmm. And then in the paperback, I didn't change it very much because I felt I wasn't being honest. Still didn't know the outcome. I wasn't being honest with the reader if you change your view. And then the Middle East, I can't remember, number 8 worry, number 7 worry was the Middle East will become truly unstable. We lurched towards that. So 2 of my big worries within the very short life of this book have already burst out, and some of the others will as well. Does that destroy the whole view? Well, no, I come back to where I began. We're on this journey. We can't get off it. We've got to try and, as new information comes in, we've got to try and process that and understand it. And then we have to hope that society pulls well enough together, global society, to cope with it.
This is a clip from our chat with journalist Hamish McRae. To watch a full episode, click right here.
He's 81, mate.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
He's in better shape than you are.
Yeah, he really was. He really was.